When I joined Dr. Flask's lab, I didn't really know that genetic diseases that affected children was going to be something that I was really interested in. Seeing the hope that they experience just made everything worth it to me. One of the diseases that I'm working on is autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease, also known as ARPKD, a lethal genetic disorder. There's no cure and there's no therapies even available.
It's really challenging to have effective outcome measures for clinical trials just because it's a rare disease.
We were flying in these patients from all over the country, and we were just looking to see if we can just stage all these different progressions of the disease, which then ultimately could have the goal of making therapeutics even possible. I've been working with Dr. Flask for about 7 years. He works so hard. He is just so inspired by what he does. Seeing that drive and that desire to ultimately improve patient care and improve the lives of these families as well as these patients makes me want to embody that in my future career.
One of the best parts about what we do is discovery of new ideas and new things. But as a faculty member, it's not really us making those discoveries. It's these new trainees, it's the PhD students, it's the postdocs. You see the joy in their face when they get to create something in the world for the first time.
The other thing that I'm working on is in a disease called cystic fibrosis. I was able to develop this new quantitative MRI technology where we could scan the lungs and we could see what areas of the lungs have good and poor perfusion. And so from there, then we could take a percentage of the lungs and say, this is the percent that you have normal perfusion. That was something that has never been done before.
That support for graduate students and postdocs has now just leveraged a multi-center imaging trial, and we're leading the effort to develop these imaging measures for pediatric patients 6 to 11 years of age so that we can see their lungs and see the effects of therapy. Having this research support from the Research Institute allows us to bring in and recruit new postdocs from all over the country and all over the world. This is what the Research Institute has kind of put together is this really great collaborations that span expertise from genetics, medicine, imaging, and drug development, and putting that all together in a room with a bunch of people that are just tuned into one focus. And that one focus is, how can we get the most cures in place for kids with genetic diseases in the shortest amount of time?
Doing pediatric genetic disease research has really shown me that with my interest in pediatrics, I can also do groundbreaking research and really have an impact on patient care. Working with the families and seeing the hope that they experience just made everything worth it to me. Without this experience, I don't think I would have been really as sure on my next steps in my future career.
With bringing these new folks on board, we're able to now see that this is going to be sustainable. We've got these kids involved that actually care about doing the same thing and carrying on this legacy of what we've put in place.